That's what it looked like. And that's what the Zagreb housing estate has become, after a complete renovation aimed at saving energy. The housing estate in District 10 of the capital is bordered by the Somokhoz, Kékvirág and Bihari roads. There are almost 800 flats in these blocks. It is easy to calculate that it is the home of the population of an average Hungarian village. The buildings, built between 1972 to 1976, according to the planning regulations of that time, became out of date and shabby. The highest of all housing costs was district heating, for the following reasons. The windows were bad, insulation was insufficient, the heating system was out of date and non-adjustable, more air than necessary was left through the ventilation holes. A lot of organising was necessary to persuade residents to undertake the difficulties of the renovation and take part in the so-called panel program.
A jelentősége mindenképpen az energiamegtakarítás.
Laszlo Lukács, representative of residents, said that people took part in the project in order to save energy. Renovation meant changing the whole heating system. Plastic windows and front doors were installed and the panels were isolated. According to the panel program, 1/3 of the cost was covered by the government, 1/3 by the local government, and 1/3 by the residents. The tender was preceded by a technical economical audit and renovating program made by Lagross Limited, and the tender was also made by Lagross Limited. The consortium, winning public procurement, charged ESCO Limited with managing and carrying out the Zagreb housing estate project. This project differs from the above-mentioned original model, as ESCO Limited, founded for this purpose, will pay back 2/3 of the residents' costs from savings by economising heating energy. ESCO Limited also guarantees that after energetic modernisation, 10% of the previous bill will be saved by the flat owner as well.
Első projekt az országban, amely megvalósul kockázati alapon.
Grocer Lagross Enrique, the managing director of ESCO Limited, said that it is the first time in Hungary that building structure, fixtures and caloric centres are modernised at the same time. On the other hand, it is also the first time that such an energetic improvement is realised in which loan repayment is based on energy saving guaranteed by the entrepreneur. In this case, ESCO Limited. This construction is called PPU, which means the cooperation of the public sector, the private sector and inhabitants. Everybody comes off well. In the long run, the government saves energy, and as for environmental protection, air pollution can be reduced. The resident immediately pays less for heating, his flat is marked up, and the entrepreneur gets work. Grocer Lagross Enrique also said that the World Bank gave a favourable bank guarantee to the Hungarian Credit Bank, with which it made a great contribution to the project. This model can be followed not only in Hungary, but in other places as well. During renovation, the buildings were vacated. The basement ceiling was provided with heat insulation also. Modern, high-efficiency, Sovatherm caloric centres were installed in the buildings, which allow accurate and quick adjustment. Fitting in pipe controllers, thermostatic valves and modernising the previous one-pipe heating system made heating adjustable and made cost ratio measurable. The output of air extractors were adjusted at a controlled level. Building engineering was carried out by the RFV Corporation. New modern plastic windows were fitted. The kitchen windows got aerodynamic ventilators, which open when the degree of inner humidity increases. The windows were produced and fixed by Oblex Centrum Limited from Győr. These windows are of top quality.
Az Lagross Kft. 2001-ben kezdte az iparosított technológiát.
Raymond Prohaska, director of Oblex Centrum, said that his company had been taking part in modernizing panel blocks since 2001. They have recently completed the 7,000th flat in Budapest. Now Oblex Centrum Kft. Undertakes complete energetic modernization. The director doesn't claim that they are the cheapest company in Hungary, but there is one thing they are not willing to do, and that is to reduce quality. They believe that success in the long run lies in modern windows, meeting the requirements of the strictest standards, and in professional staff. The Zagreb project was special because, being a member of the consortium, they took responsibility for energy saving, which also shows that they trust the quality of their own products. The renovation required organisation of a high degree and serious cooperation with the residents. During one day, 8 to 10 flats in a building got new windows and 10 to 15 were provided with modern heating systems.
Összességében egy sikeresnek mondható beruházás volt.
Karol Fecske, the Director General of Kobana Property Holding Company, said that the renovation of the Zágráb housing estate was an extremely successful investment. The whole procedure was directed by the Property Holding Company. This way, the entire security of the buildings could be guaranteed until the completion of the investment. What you can see in the pictures immediately changes the previous judgment of panel blocks. It is a completely different living space, and those saying that panel blocks should be demolished after 30 to 40 years are proved to be mistaken. 23% of the necessary costs were paid by the residents. 27% was given by the local council. The state also contributed 27%, and the entrepreneur gave 23% of the costs. 40% of energy saving a year is calculated, which means 16,200 gigajoules of energy. It is added up from the following. Heat insulated windows means 16%, modernization of the heating system means 6%, insulation means 15%, and ventilation means 3%.
A zágrábi projekt abban az értelemben is modell és követendő.
Laszlo Cheater, leader of the Office for Housing Matters in the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development, said that the Zagreb project is a model which should be followed in the future, because complete renovation means cheaper life for residents, and it also improved the appearance of the town. He also said that this project is unique because the entrepreneur took guarantee for saving energy, which also proves that the work is of a high quality. He is convinced that the Hungarian housing estate modernizing program should follow this route, and the ministry will represent this mentality when inviting tenders. Between October 2006 and August 2007, the decrease of heat consumption exceeded the originally projected 30%. The total annual energy savings resulting from heating and water heating was 47%. Approximately 7 to 8% of this is a consequence of the more advantageous climatic conditions in comparison to the projections. The actual energy saving cash flow worked out better than expected due to drastic increases in energy prices during the period under survey. The 1-year income from energy saving is twice the sum planned. The financial construction used for renovating the Zágráb housing estate is a good example to show that a modern home is obtainable for everybody, and apart from state contribution, all you need is good organisation and a flexible, risk-taking entrepreneur.